When a cyclone begins, after a calm, steamy heat is over, there springs up a wicked, intermittent little wind.
The trees grow restless. You can almost feel their terror.
Then the wind increases.
The rain begins, small and hard.
The clouds tear over, thicker and thicker, duller and duller.
The houses and trees begin to groan.
Somewhere you can hear the rattling and the banging, and you wonder whether the roof is beginning to strip.
The pressure gets worse until you hear the first crack, see the first branch travel overhead.
Hello, Brisbane. This is the latest photo of Cyclone Cyclone that you requested.
Latest satellite orbit. We expect it to be in about 12 hours in this position here.
Priority. Cyclone alert issued by the Brisbane Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre at 10 p.m.
At 9 p.m, Tropical Cyclone Simon was centred 500 kilometres northeast of Coastville
and moving south-southeast at 25 kilometres per hour. Gales are not expected on the coast within 24 hours,
but communities between Sharon Point and Abuka Bay are alerted. The next advice at 4 a.m.
EOC here. Medical Superintendent, please.
Medical Superintendent speaking.
Oh, Doctor, have you heard the latest alert on the cyclone?
Yes, I heard the alert on the news this morning.
Oh, was that you, Nick?
Yes.
I wonder if you could check your radio equipment and also your emergency equipment and call us back at base.
Will do, right away.
Okay, leaving right away.
Yes, shall do. All right.
Ahoy there! Ahoy there! There's a cyclone alert out. Head for the nearest land. Head for the nearest land. Cyclone alert out. Head for the nearest land.
Conditions in your area. Transport HM, over.
VK4 Hotel Mike, VK4 Alpha Mike Ocean.
Quebec Echo Base, Quebec Echo 1. Radio test, over.
And this is the duty signals officer from the emergency.
Islands, over.
Quebec Echo, this is Quebec Echo 4, over.
As you'll see, the eye is very well defined.
The marked increase in the banding. Storm's much larger. We now expect this trend towards the coast to continue to be, and the centre will be in this position in 12 hours' time.
Top priority message. Here is a cyclone warning issued by Brisbane Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre at 10 a.m.
At 9 a.m, severe tropical cyclone Simon was centred 400 kilometres east-northeast of Coastville, bearing 070 degrees, moving west-southwest at 15 kilometres per hour.
The centre is expected to move towards the coast and be about 150 kilometres east of Coastville at 9 a.m. Maximum wind gusts near the centre expected to reach 230 kilometres per hour.
Very destructive winds with gust forces to 120 kilometres per hour between Picnic Point and Baffin Bay. Gales will extend southward. Tides are expected to be much higher than normal. Flood rains are likely along the adjacent coastal districts. The next warning will be issued at 1 p.m.
Yeah, I've called in the laboratory and we've teed up the blood bank. Yes, I know all about it. Yeah, warning went out very soon.
By Brisbane Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre at 10 a.m. At 9 a.m, severe tropical cyclone Simon was centred 400 kilometres east-northeast of Coastville.
Be about 150 kilometres east of Coastville at 9 a.m. Maximum wind gusts
Gusts up to 120 kilometres per hour are expected between Picnic Point and Bantam Bay.
Well, fortunately, that was just an exercise, something put together for our film. However, the real thing does happen. And right throughout the tropical areas of Australia, up the west coast, across the north, and down the east coast, cyclones will be building up and striking the coast between November and April. The word cyclone is derived from the Greek word cyclones, meaning wheel, and this is how we imagine it. As a giant whirlwind travelling around and round in a clockwise direction. Now this whirlwind can be anything up to 300 kilometres across and can travel at speeds of up to 20 kilometres per hour. At the centre of the cyclone is the eye. Winds can increase to 200 kilometres or more. As the eye passes over, there is a lull, and this lull can last for less than an hour or more. Then the wind begins again, but from another direction. A storm surge results from the interaction of wind and water in the shallows close to the coast. Most of the coastal towns are low-lying, and if there is a high tide and a sea rise of, say, 5 metres, then terrible flooding may reach far inland, thus a storm tide. Now, let's look at some shots taken from American film. This is a cyclone forming up on the eastern Atlantic near Africa. It is tracked with care as it moves slowly but remorselessly towards the American coast. The eye passed over the town of Tampico, and people were lulled into false security. Then the storm started again. The wind went round 180 degrees, and this is a storm tide. Here, some people never heeded the warning, fled too late, and many never survived. Northern Australia is tropical, is cyclonic, and for some 6 months of the year, 30 to 40 cyclones will build up in the surrounding seas, approaching the coast, and very possibly strike inhabited areas, towns and cities. This is the record.
Yeppoon, 1976.
Port Hedland, 1975.
Carnarvon, 1975.
Darwin, 1974.
Broome, 1962.
Bowen, 1958.
Onslow, 1958.
Cairns, 1956.
Brisbane, 1955.
Cooktown, 1949.
Onslow, 1948.
Port Hedland, 1947.
Brisbane, 1947.
Cooktown, 1945.
Rockhampton, 1943.
Mandorah, 1942.
Townsville, 1940.
Port Hedland, 1937.
Onslow, 1934.
Cairns, 1932.
Cooktown, 1930.
Brisbane, 1928.
Cairns, 1927.
Broome, 1926.
Rockhampton, 1921.
Cairns, 1920.
Rockhampton, 1918.
Innisfail, 1918.
Mackay, 1918.
Innisfail, 1912.
Port Douglas, 1911.
Normanton, 1909.
Cooktown, 1907.
Cairns, 1906.
Townsville, 1903.
Mackay, 1898.
Darwin, 1897.
Townsville, 1896.
Brisbane, 1892.
Townsville, 1890.
Mackay, 1888. Today, each state marshals its resources to assist in countering natural disasters.
This conference was called this morning so that the state bodies of the community organisations involved in counter-disaster operations are fully aware of all aspects of Cyclone Simon.
Then at a national level, the Commonwealth Government, through the Natural Disasters Organisation, stands on call, ready to make its response.
Yeah.
But in the end, we come back to the community, to ourselves. And as the cyclone warnings mount, there are certain things we can all do, indeed must do, if we're to protect the lives of our families and our neighbours.
Some precautions can be taken at the beginning of the cyclone season.
Some more as the alerts are given.
And finally, as the warnings are sounded.
There will be time, but make the most of that time.
Above all, heed the warnings. When the storm's force fades, even the air seems exhausted.
Shaken, grey-faced, the people emerge.
They compare losses, share griefs, comfort children.
Some have no homes now.
Some have worse to mourn.
Women must patch a makeshift life.
Men join in rebuilding.
The wise or the lucky may help the unwise and the unlucky.
So life begins again. But some lives have been changed forever.